In the quiet of a remote Arizona mountain community, the tragic death of Kerri Ann Abatti, wife of California farming tycoon Michael Abatti, has left the world reeling. What initially appeared to be a life built on success, wealth, and family quickly unraveled into a story of betrayal, secrecy, and loss. As detectives pieced together the unsettling details of the case, a dark narrative emerged, a tale of financial deception, a fractured marriage, and a tragedy that no one saw coming. The mystery behind Kerri Ann's untimely death would soon reveal more than just the demise of one woman. It would expose the fragility of trust and the devastating consequences of hidden conflicts. This is the story of how a prosperous life spiraled into despair, and the lessons we must learn from it all. The air was thick with tension as news broke across the nation. A California farming tycoon, known for his wealth and success, had been arrested under the chilling suspicion of murder. His wife, whose name was once synonymous with grace and elegance, had been found lifeless in a secluded Arizona mountain community. The picturesque landscape, once a symbol of serenity, now stood as a grim backdrop to a tale of tragedy and betrayal. The tycoon, a man who had built his fortune from the ground up, now found himself at the center of a storm that would unravel the secrets of his seemingly perfect life. What had led to such a senseless act? Was it the pressure of a high-stakes business empire, or something darker lurking beneath the surface? As the investigation unfolded, the community, both in Arizona and back in California, grappled with the shock of the news. The once idyllic image of a family thriving in the golden rays of success was now shattered. No one could have imagined that behind the gates of his sprawling estate, something sinister was brewing, something that would forever change the lives of everyone involved. As the investigation deepened, the Navajo County Sheriff's Office revealed the shocking identity of the suspect, Michael Abatti, a 63-year-old farming tycoon whose name had once been associated with prosperity and prestige. The victim, his wife, Kerri Ann Abatti, 59, had been found dead in their remote mountain home, her life tragically cut short. Michael, a man who had spent decades cultivating not just crops but an empire, was now the prime suspect in the murder of the woman who had stood by his side through thick and thin. Kerri Ann, known for her warmth and compassion, had become a fixture in the community. Her unexpected death left a hole not only in the hearts of those who knew her but also in the carefully constructed image of the Abatti family. The authorities pieced together the timeline of events, revealing a troubling portrait of a marriage that had begun to show cracks, despite the outward appearance of success. Friends, family, and neighbors, who once admired the couple's seemingly perfect life, now wondered if there had been more to the story than anyone realized. What had led to this tragic and irreversible moment? Was it a spur-of-the-moment decision, or had a darker history of unresolved tensions finally come to a boiling point? As the sheriff's office worked tirelessly to uncover the truth, Michael Abatti's once spotless reputation was now under intense scrutiny. The mystery surrounding Kerri Ann's death deepened, leaving more questions than answers, and the community waited anxiously for the next revelation. The night of November 20th in Pinetop, Arizona, was shrouded in silence, the kind that often precedes a storm. At approximately 9:20 p.m., Navajo County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a call that would forever alter the course of many lives. Arriving at the remote mountain residence, they found Kerri Ann Abatti lifeless, the result of a single, fatal gunshot wound. The scene was eerie in its quietness, with only the faint rustle of the wind against the trees to witness the crime. Kerri Ann's death, a tragic and brutal ending to a life filled with promise, sent shockwaves through both the community and the law enforcement officials investigating it. Who could have done such a thing to this beloved woman, known for her generosity and caring spirit? As detectives began their work, they uncovered chilling details that hinted at the darkness lurking beneath the surface of the Abatti family's idyllic existence. Less than 2 weeks later, on December 2nd, detectives took a bold step forward in the investigation. Armed with search warrants, they descended upon multiple properties tied to the Abatti family across El Centro, California. The scale of the operation was telling. Residences, vehicles, and even camp trailers associated with Michael and Kerri Ann Abatti were meticulously combed through for any shred of evidence that could shed light on what had happened that fateful night. The search was not just a procedural step, it was a powerful symbol of the authorities' growing suspicions. What were they looking for? What had they hoped to uncover in the desert landscape of Southern California, miles away from the scene of the crime? As the deputies scoured the properties, the gravity of the situation became even more apparent. This was no ordinary case, and Michael Abatti's world, once built on the foundation of success, was crumbling. What secrets lay buried in the family's past, and what role did Michael Abatti play in his wife's untimely death? The answers seemed to be just out of reach, but the pieces of the puzzle were slowly starting to fall into place. The walls of justice slowly began to close in on Michael Abatti. On Tuesday, the investigation reached a pivotal moment. Detectives, having meticulously gathered evidence and pieced together a growing body of suspicion, presented their findings to a Navajo County grand jury. Their testimony painted a picture that left little room for doubt. The grand jury, after hearing the details of the case, issued an indictment and an arrest warrant, formally charging Michael with the murder of his wife, Kerri Ann Abatti. The arrest, while anticipated, sent a jolt through the tight-knit communities of both Arizona and California. Michael Abatti, once a respected figure known for his wealth and business acumen, was now facing the full force of the law. On the very same day as the indictment, Michael was apprehended and taken into custody. The irony of it all seemed almost palpable. A man who had spent decades building an empire was now confined behind bars, awaiting what could be a lifetime of legal battles. Michael was booked into the Imperial County Jail, where he would remain for the time being. The charges were severe, a violation of Arizona Revised Statutes 13 to 1105, which pertains to first-degree murder, a crime that carries the weight of the highest form of punishment under the law. The magnitude of the charge underscored just how far Michael had fallen from grace. As Michael sat in the confines of his jail cell, his future hung in the balance. The next chapter in this case would come in the form of his extradition to Arizona, where he would face the judicial system that would determine whether he was responsible for ending the life of the woman he had once vowed to love and protect. The investigation had uncovered the dark undercurrents of a seemingly perfect life, but the true motivations for Kerri Ann's death still remained shrouded in mystery. Was this a crime born of passion, or was there something deeper at play? As the world watched, Michael Abatti's fate was now in the hands of the courts. In the aftermath of the arrest, Sheriff David Klaus of Navajo County addressed the public with a solemn statement, extending his heartfelt condolences to Kerri Ann Abatti's family and all those impacted by the tragic loss. His words carried the weight of a community in mourning, yet also a sense of closure, or at least the beginning of it. We extend our sincere condolences to Kerri's family and to all those affected by this tragedy, he said, his voice tinged with the seriousness of the case. The sheriff's remarks were more than just an expression of sympathy, they were a reminder of the human cost of such a crime. Kerri Ann's death had left a gaping hole not only in her family but also in the hearts of those who knew her. The case had resonated deeply with the local community, as they processed the loss of a woman who was cherished by so many. Sheriff Klaus took a moment to thank the law enforcement officers, detectives, and members of the grand jury who had worked tirelessly to bring this case to a point of resolution. Their dedication, he said, was vital in ensuring that justice was not only sought but achieved. Helping bring justice to the Abatti family was how he framed the efforts of those involved, acknowledging the painstaking work done to uncover the truth. But even as the investigation appeared to be moving toward a resolution, there was an underlying sense of unease. The case was far from over, and the coming months would reveal just how deep the Abatti family's secrets ran. Was Michael Abatti truly guilty, or was there more to the story that had yet to come to light? As the community reflected on the sheriff's words, the shadows of uncertainty still loomed large, and the search for the full truth continued. Before tragedy struck, Michael and Kerri Abatti had called El Centro, California, home. The sprawling desert town, with its quiet streets and vast open skies, had been the backdrop for the couple's life together, a life that now seemed to be unraveling before the world's eyes. But by 2023, things had changed. Kerri Ann, seeking solace and perhaps a fresh start, made the difficult decision to leave El Centro. She returned to her hometown of Pinetop-Lakeside, Arizona, in the hopes of finding peace away from the complex web of her life with Michael. The move marked a significant turning point. Was it a final step in a marriage that had long been showing cracks, or was it an attempt to escape something more sinister brewing behind closed doors? As Kerri settled back in the serene mountain community, a sense of new beginnings filled the air. Yet, unbeknownst to her, the quiet town that had once been a place of refuge would soon become the scene of her untimely death. Michael, still residing in El Centro, was left behind, with the distance between the two now more than just geographical. The separation seemed to symbolize the growing divide between them, a divide that would ultimately lead to a fateful and irreversible event. But was this the catalyst for something darker? Or was the root of the tragedy buried deeper, hidden in the shadows of their shared history? Kerri's move to Pinetop-Lakeside was the last chapter in a life that was tragically cut short, but it also marked the beginning of the final stages of the investigation. Her return to her roots, it seemed, had been an effort to escape the tensions of her marriage, tensions that would soon boil over in ways that no one could have predicted. As the investigation delved deeper into the complexities of Michael and Kerri Abatti's relationship, new revelations began to surface that painted a troubling picture of their marriage in its final stages. Divorce filings obtained by the Los Angeles Times shed light on the escalating tensions between the couple in the months leading up to Kerri Ann's death. In these documents, Kerri accused Michael of financial manipulation, alleging that he had blocked her efforts to uncover the full extent of their income and real estate holdings. Kerri's claims were startling. She accused her husband of making unilateral changes to their finances without her knowledge or consent, even bypassing her attorney in the process. It was a betrayal of trust on a scale that seemed beyond repair, and Kerri's frustration was evident. These financial disputes, once private matters, now took center stage in the unfolding tragedy. The accusations painted Michael as a man who was not just controlling in his personal life, but also in the financial realm, where transparency and fairness should have been paramount. Adding to the pressure, Kerri revealed in the filings that she was struggling to make ends meet on the spousal support temporarily awarded to her by the court. The amount, she claimed, was insufficient to cover her basic needs and maintain the lifestyle she had grown accustomed to. The financial strain, coupled with the emotional turmoil of an unraveling marriage, weighed heavily on Kerri's shoulders. It seemed clear now that the breakdown of their marriage wasn't merely a matter of personal incompatibility but was deeply rooted in financial power struggles. These disputes had become the backdrop to a life that, on the surface, appeared enviable but was, in reality, fraught with secrets, control, and tension. Kerri's accusations weren't just about money, they spoke to the larger issue of trust, or rather, the lack of it. In her eyes, Michael had gone from a partner she once relied on to someone who had become an adversary. It was a painful shift, one that set the stage for the tragic events that would follow. And as detectives pieced together the details, it became increasingly clear that financial control might not have just been the catalyst for their divorce, it might have also played a role in the deadly turn their lives would take. Michael Abatti's life, it seemed, was one of prosperity built from hard work and generational legacy. Born into a long line of farmers, he had grown to own one of the largest agricultural operations in the Imperial Valley, a region known for its vast farmlands and agricultural wealth. Michael's success was rooted in the soil of the valley, where he cultivated a variety of crops, onions, broccoli, and cantaloupes, to name a few. His business acumen and deep understanding of agriculture had made him a figure of influence in the area, respected by many for his contributions to the local economy. Beyond the fields, Michael had also held a position of importance in the community. He served as a member of the Imperial Irrigation District from 2006 to 2010, a role that gave him significant influence over water management, a crucial resource in the region. His involvement in the irrigation district was a testament to his commitment to the agricultural community and his ability to navigate the complexities of large-scale operations. But behind the scenes of this prosperous life, a different narrative was unfolding. Michael's marriage to Kerri Ann, which began in 1992, had lasted more than 2 decades, and together they had raised 3 children. Their family, once seen as a picture of success and stability, was now at the center of a tragic unfolding drama. Kerri, who had once supported her husband through the ups and downs of building their empire, found herself at odds with him in their final years together. The financial disputes, which Michael had carefully managed behind closed doors, became the heart of their turmoil, revealing a side of the farming tycoon that many hadn't seen. The couple's long-standing marriage, once built on mutual trust and shared dreams, had now turned into a battlefield, with accusations of financial deceit and manipulation. What had once been a partnership in both life and business had become a source of deep conflict, culminating in a loss that would leave their children and the entire community reeling. As the investigation continued, it became clear that Michael's ties to the farming industry, his significant wealth, and his position of influence were more than just markers of success. They were also part of the complex web that had led to Kerri Ann's tragic death. The life they had built together, full of ambition and dreams, was now crumbling under the weight of betrayal and unresolved grievances. As the pieces of Michael and Kerri Ann Abatti's tragic story come together, it serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of secrecy, control, and the erosion of trust. The couple's life, which appeared outwardly perfect, a union built on shared goals, wealth, and family, was shattered by hidden conflicts, particularly financial ones that festered beneath the surface. The tragic events that unfolded highlight how the lack of transparency, communication, and mutual respect can undermine even the strongest of foundations. The lesson to be learned here is clear: no amount of material success or outward appearances can compensate for the breakdown of trust in relationships. Whether in marriage, family, or business, transparency, honesty, and mutual respect are the pillars that hold everything together. The story also underscores the importance of addressing conflict head-on, particularly when it comes to finances, as unresolved issues can lead to devastating consequences. For those watching from the outside, it is a call to reflect on the dynamics within their own relationships, whether personal or professional. Are we truly open with those we care about? Do we value transparency, or are we allowing unspoken resentments to build? The tragedy of Kerri Ann Abatti's death serves as a painful reminder that the cost of ignoring these questions can be far too high. In the end, this story is a sobering reflection on the fragility of human connections and the price of silence. It urges us to never take for granted the importance of honesty, communication, and above all, trust, in the relationships we hold dear. The lesson is not just about what happened, but about ensuring that it doesn't happen again. Don't forget to subscribe for more chilling content and hit the notification bell to stay updated.